Hi, welcome to Above Life Channel. The purpose here is to inspire your spirit and to fill you with hope. This is our Monday video. We're going to talk about angels today. I said I would. I said I would. Yesterday in Sunday Morning Coffee, angels, they are everywhere. So we're going to chat about that. So let me just do a quick sound check. Trying to get my mic to work. It hasn't been attached here. So let me just make sure that she is a working. I mean, I know you can probably hear me, but I want to hear the quality of the sound. Good morning. If you're watching this in the morning, good morning. Oh, YouTube and all the ads. I can't even skip them on my own damn channel. Okay. All right. And YouTube does that, by the way. Even if I said I didn't want any ads, they would put their own ads in because that's the way it is. Being a YouTube creator is just not what everybody thinks it is. And at the same time, it's a great way to connect. Hi in the chat. I see you all. Hello, Rebel. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Anthea. Hello, Anna. Hey, Rachel. Nice to see you. And we got Ann S. also here. Of course, we've got Patty. That's awesome. We are all connecting here in the chat. Feel free to visit amongst yourselves. Okay. All right. I had to go back upstairs. I'm just a couple minutes late because I had to go back upstairs and I had to get another coffee. I started with decaf, just to be clear, and now I'm on hazelnut caffeinated. Got to do a little. So cheers, whatever you're drinking. Water, coffee, tea, whatever, some fancy smoothie thing. Good for you. It is January 2024 after all, and it is about time for us to regroup, reconnect. Come together with a big cheers. This is my mug and my merch, by the way, Hope. This has been a long-standing favorite for many people. Just the right size, especially if you're trying to dial back on that caffeine. So it is sunny. Do you see this sun? Oh, perfect. Look at that. The first day in like a week. Fabulous. And it is warm today. It is going to get in the 40s, like a major heat wave. I should probably wear shorts. All right. Welcome. It's so great to feel you in the chat because you know I do. I feel you. We are empaths here. 2024 for me is the year of the empath, and it's opportunity for me to be able to be in devotion to you, in delightful connection with you, to encourage and support you, especially through the energetic channels that we connect with, giving you tools and support and having real conversations about what the fuck is up with this energy, because it is crazy at times. Now, I am not an astrologist or an astrologer, but I will give you resources from time to time if those are things that you're interested in, which I know that energy at play in the cosmos definitely does impact us because we are spirit. We are energy at the core of who we are. And so, of course, we are impacted, whether you acknowledge it or not, you still are. And it's okay, but it's not the be all end all, one size fits all. It's just information. As I always say to my coaching clients and to people that I work with in small groups, you take what works for you in this now moment. Anything that I share with you is just a starting point. It comes from my perspective of my experience, my lived experience over 20 years of being a psychic, like actually conscious and doing psychic work for other people in a myriad of ways. As you know, I've done mediumship, talking to dead people in the afterlife. That's how I started. I've done energy work in person and remote. I've done clearing work, including removing entities from people and places. I've done work in teaching and connecting to a variety of different energetic spiritual support helpers on all the different genres, from the Hindu god goddess aspects to the Taras to the star guides and the Pleiadians and Arcturians, etc. Like I'm very fortunate to be able to have had this just incredible life experience. And so I share it with you. But it doesn't mean everything I say is going to be true for you or fit you. So please use this opportunity to practice your own alignment and discernment with your heart, your belly, your inner knowing. Okay. And if something sounds really different and kind of odd and out there, just wait. I used to say that about a lot of stuff. Yes, I did. And I talked to dead people like all the time, and I thought that was normal. But some of the other stuff that people do, I thought, oh, that's weird. That is so odd. Hmm. But that just means it's not for you or not for you right now. And then all of a sudden, it comes in and you get to learn about it and you get to expand. You get to hear about totem animals and shaman journeys and drumming circles and unique forms of yoga and archetypal energies, the divine feminine, and sacred tantric practices and snake priestess energy and all sorts of stuff, anointing and crystal grids. And I mean, oh my goodness, we are so fortunate to be able to have such an access of info and tools to support us. So this year, we're going to do that. We're going to support you, okay, in your individualism, and also give you a web of community here on Above Life Channel to really support you and have some buoyancy to your learning during this life. I know there's a lot of stuff. I know there's triggers. I know there's emotional challenges. I know there's physical challenges. I know there's external challenges. There are things beyond our control. So many things, so many things. But there are also things inside of us in our alignment that are within our spheres of influence, our inner power. And so that's what we're going to focus on is that. Okay, so today we're going to chat about angels and angel guides. And that's how I started off in my spiritual journey with spirit guides. I didn't know about anything about spirit guides. I just thought, okay, that's for some people. And especially the angels. Like, I didn't grow up, I mean, going to church and stuff. Like, I'm not a Catholic person or anything like that. We were Lutheran in my lineage. And my grandparents would take us to church, my dad's parents. And I was very close with my grandparents. My grandma is the one that just died in the spring of 2023. And she's the one that I was at her bedside when she left this life. And so what a blessing. I was actually also there for when my grandfather transitioned 6 years before that. I was actually at his bedside and it was just he and I. And when my grandma passed, it was just she and I. So blessed. But anyway, they're the ones, the churchies. They brought me to church. And in fact, we used to go to this group, this like camp out with they called it Koinonia. I don't even know what the heck that means. Some kind of like spiritual group of other families and stuff. They all hung out and they prayed together and they did family things together and stuff. It was a community kind of tribe energy for them, right? And we used to go on camping trips with them. And we took turns, my brother and sister and I, we get to take turns to go. It was so fun. We all loved to go. And one year there was a woman who was a pastor. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I had never seen a woman as a leader of a church. And I was just enthralled. I was like, oh, I could do that. I was in like third grade. That could be my career. I could be I called it pasture. Which is where the cows feed, but close enough. But just such an interesting initial kind of connection into that whole concept of God and greater than us and all that. But the angel piece, I really thought was for people who went to church and who were very religious and very much like the Catholics even. Like I didn't even hear a lot about angels except Gabriel, the angel of the Lord. And I think I maybe heard about Archangel Michael. And my sister still calls them, and she is like pushing 50, and she calls them archangels, which I think is so cute. And it's funny too, right? Because they are kind of archangels. And that's how it's spelled anyway. But she's going to be like, what? Why did you say that? on your channel because it's funny. It's funny. But I thought they were really for people who are like dying on their deathbed or very, very religious people. I really didn't think they were for people like me, but I'm here to tell you that angels are for everyone. In fact, that was my very first class that I ever offered. It was an online class and it was called Angels for Everyone. And so I really found a beautiful connection with them when I discovered that I was intuitive and very psychic. And um, a couple of years after my dad's death, and I was doing a meditation, and I actually met Archangel Michael, but I didn't believe he was Archangel Michael. I called him Miguel, and that he was my spirit guide, and I just knew it because I heard him. I actually heard his voice, and that was unusual for me, especially at that time. I didn't hear spirit very often in my reality, in my physical reality, like I would hear you talking to me because I had a very strong protective barrier, because of the kind of trauma I experienced in childhood, growing up in a paranormal house and having tons of ghosts and things and being kind of terrorized by spirit as a young child and having nobody that would believe what I was experiencing or nobody to tell or share about that because it just seemed like I was making it up or I was hallucinating or something. And as a young child, I didn't have that support. And it was scary. It was so horribly scary. And so these angels, when Archangel Miguel or Michael showed himself to me, and then all of a sudden I figured out after a couple of weeks, I'm like, I kind of put two and two together and I asked him, I said, "Hey, Miguel." I said, "Are you Archangel Michael? Are you an angel?" And I was in a meditation and we were sitting on this log by this beach because that's often where I go is to the ocean, to the sea when I was doing meditations. And when I do them, I often go there. And all of a sudden from behind him, huge wings. I was like, oh, wow. Like I was just, wow. Wow. So Archangel Michael was the first angel I ever met and has always been a ride or die for me, tried and true. And we've pushed that to the limits recently, haven't we? The ride or die part. Let's not do that again. And then Archangel Gabriel has been just such a best friend to me, just a best friend, fun and about connection and communication and relationships, and has helped me with so many clients and so many interpersonal issues because I deal with a lot of that in sessions. A lot when people are working on themselves, they're really working on their relationships and how they connect with themselves, but also other people. And oftentimes people ask for insight on the relationships they have with their children, with their spouses, with the significant other, not just people who are alive, but sometimes people who are passed over where there's unfinished, like, yeah, I need forgiveness or guilt or something. There's a lot of kind of like unfinished kind of stuff or feelings of uncertainty in relationships. And so Gabriel's been great with that. And Archangel Michael has just always been a steadfast instant grounder and protector. And when I've experienced a lot of stuff too, the last few years with my personal energy fields and with like some what I hate to use the word psychic attacks because it sounds so dramatic, but it like leaks in my energy fields and things where um, other people don't have your best interest at heart all the time. And so you can kind of be vulnerable at times, especially if you're in places and spaces with people that really, aren't good for you. But maybe you're just lonely, or maybe you have some kind of a draw to them. Maybe it's from a past life, but it's not healthy and it's not healthy. That's when your energy gets vulnerable and not in a good way. Your energy gets just really susceptible to kind of illness. Like our bodies get susceptible to illness, our energy bodies also get susceptible to fragment. And that definitely has happened to me a few times in the last probably 3 years, and where I've actually had to have friends help clear me because it was so intense on my body. Like attachments and stuff from other people. And but we all need that. We all get in spaces where we need extra support, and we all need that. Those of us who are doing like that, that's not a common thing that happens to people. I'm just going to tell you, okay, it's not a common thing. It's just heavy energy is a common thing. Heavy energy, getting other people's energy, having an energy transfer, that's a common thing. That's common lingo. Okay, the stuff I described is more like for people who are psychic practitioners, who are doing clearing work, who are in deeper psychic relationships with people at deeper levels, and stuff just gets very construed sometimes and out of focus. And so it needs to be realigned, and you need help to really clear that, and reset your grids and your boundaries. Grids are energy, by the way, just the way I see energy and layers as a grid. Okay, that's, if you're new here, that's a term that I'll use and I'll consistently use throughout this year. But the angels really help with that, just keeping you centered and aligned. And Archangel Michael is one of those archangels that really has a really great reputation. And while angels are androgynous, both masculine, feminine energy, and actually a culmination of both, they will show up as a personality and have characteristics of a persona because it's easier to identify them and have them be kind of more human-like instead of this out of touch, out of reach kind of celebrity almost. And that's kind of how angels felt to me, like they were like this super popular or something, or way out of reach kind of thing. But really they're not. They're like right here side by side with you. And Archangel Michael is known for his beautiful blue energy, his truth energy, what is true for you, what is true, to cut through the BS and to remind you that you are safe and you are protected. And the only person that puts you in a situation where you don't feel safe is you. It's you. You don't feel safe because there's something that's telling you that something is not in alignment with who you are at your core and what you're doing, who you're hanging out with, or where you're at. Something is off. That's what that's about. Okay, something is off. And Archangel Michael is great about what is true in alignment for you. Again, the colors for Archangel Michael, often from what I see, are blue and gold energies. Blue is that true blue energy, that energy of that communication, which is that truthful energy. Now, again, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, when I describe to you spirit guides or archangels or anything that I talk about, it is from my own perspective. And so I encourage you to have your own relationships, your own connections with your spirit guides and archangels like this. So Archangel Michael might show up for you as a white, just star of light, might show up, might actually look like a star energy, just like an actual star for you, or might look like a sunshine, something like that. Whatever it is for you is right. That is accurate. That is true. But what it is for me is accurate and right and true for me. Okay, so this is just a starting point for you. This is just an introduction, and then you make it what works for you. Okay, what works for you. All right. So those are just two of the big wig angels that I first knew and worked with. Gabriel's all about the yellow and the gold, connected to the solar plexus, your spirit, all about the connections, all about the webs and the grids and energy and relationships and the mother-child connection. Archangel Michael feels very much more masculine to me. Gabriel feels very, dare I say, of course, very queer, very in between, very I'm this and I'm this and I'm this and I'm this, and does not choose a gender representation when I connect with Gabriel at all, which I absolutely adore. And then with Archangel Michael, there's kind of a balancing energy or a sisterly energy of Archangel Ariel. Ariel is badass. And many of you, especially if you have your own business, or if you're a spiritual entrepreneur, or if you dream to be doing healing work or work with divine feminine energies, like you love Mother Mary or Mary Magdalene or Saint Joan of Arc, or you're just connected to that really strong feminine energy, Ariel is your girl. And Ariel is the balancer of Archangel Michael. They feel like twins to me. Like like literally like brother and sister energy or yin yang energy, just balancing energy. Okay, not one is good and one is bad. It's just got this balance or kind of energy, and is like the feminine component to me of Michael. So she's about truth and alignment. She is purple, crown chakra, divine feminine, a leader. A leader. She is a woman leader. She also has a fabulous mind. She is brilliant. She's great in business. I find her super supportive in structures. If you're trying to create a structure, if you're trying to start a new routine or a rhythm in your life, or get yourself kind of, you're changing a cycle, or you're trying to create a new pattern for yourself, she's a good one to kind of connect with. Again, very purple, divine, crown chakra, feminine energy. She also shows up as green. And the green, when she shows up, is very abundant. It's very much about growth, possibility, opportunity, and yes, yes, prosperity. So, money. If you're working with money, she's great with finances. She can help you feel into what's a good investment and what's not. Not just for money monetarily, but for your time. Your time is just as important as money. And for me, honestly, I think my time is even more valuable than my money. Oh my gosh, my time is so blessed a treasure to me. Okay. So that's Ariel. So those are just three archangels that I've introduced you to today in our conversation. So I'm going to ask you, do you have an archangel that you are connected to, that you feel close to or with? If so, who is that? And what is it? What are the traits or qualities that they have? Okay, so I'm going to ask you that question. What archangels do you, or angels? Maybe you have an angel. Like, I also work with an angel. Her name is Grace or Gracie, and she's a bit like a baby angel. She's a childlike angel that helps with that innocence, that pure innocence of the inner child, and also of children who are here and working through some things and have challenges, and also children in the afterlife as well. So when I see Grace or Gracie, when I see her, I know some things are up there. And there's a lot of healing, inner child healing, or reconnecting to the inner child, or actually a baby or a young child, or maybe even a teenager that is kind of stunted and stuck into that childlike mentality and doesn't have quite the maturity to be able to face what's going on in the world, and is highly sensitive or intuitive and is just having a really hard time. And they might show up as rebellious or withdrawn, or might have depression, or might have anxiety, or might have impulsivity behaviors or addiction behaviors because of that. So Grace or Gracie, she's awesome. Feel free to invite any one of these archangels or angels in to work with you. Also, if you don't identify with one at this point, you haven't worked with any for yourself at this point, feel free to choose one and invite them in and get to know them. And again, you can feel into them as a color. Sometimes you might feel into them as a fragrance. Yeah, you could even create a little altar space, which is just a little space, like it could be on your desk, or it could be on like a nightstand or your sink or the vanity in the bathroom, even the back of the toilet's fine. And you might put like some seashells from a trip you took years ago that you're like, oh, I could put some shells there. That feels good. That feels like flowing energy and makes me feel good. And so that might be something for one of these archangels that I want to get to know, maybe Ariel. And then maybe I'm like, okay, since it's Ariel, then maybe I would grab something that's purple. Maybe I'd put a little purple mug or something there. Or maybe I'd grab some of my amethyst stones that I have. Or maybe I would draw a card, an oracle card, and I'd put it right there. Or maybe I'd grab one of my oils, like lavender, and I'd put it there. That kind of thing. It's not that complicated. Maybe you have a necklace that has a heart on it. So you put that with intention in a space where then you surround it with some other things. And it could be rocks from outside. It could be leaves. It could be flowers. It could be anything, or just subtle things, just a couple little things. Maybe it's a picture of an angel or archangel wings, or maybe it's a little figurine that you have. That's something that's really sweet that just makes you happy. Maybe even it's like a character or something, like for me, like my little Mickey Mouse or something. Do you know what I mean? Like that. that invokes that joyful energy, that lighthearted energy of the archangel that you're trying to connect with, you know? So like that, it's really not complicated. I just want you to know it's really not complicated. There's no prerequisites to connect with angels. There's not. And they are so lovely and loving, and they are essential for empathic energy. They really, really are. The vibration is light, it's positive and hopeful. It doesn't have to be heavy or intense, and they really can help you. And I know a lot of people will be like, don't pray to them because they're not, God, or there's like this hierarchy. You can pray to them, sing to them, talk to them, write to them, whatever works for you. That's what you do. It's all about the communication. So do what feels right for you. Okay? Whatever feels right for you. That's it. That's all it takes. It's not out of reach. It's not out of reach, my friends. So angels really are for everyone. They are. Yeah. We should channel one maybe next week, huh? That might be kind of fun. All right. And they're easy to channel. So easy for me to channel. I can channel archangels, but I can't channel real dead people. Isn't that weird? No, it's not weird because angels are everywhere right now and they're all around me. Like I can feel them. So what I'm going to do, I'll do a little special little, what I might call an activation or a gift for you right now. I'll just call in your spiritual helpers, your healing team, aligned with your highest good, the energy of God, creator, source, or universe, however you identify or connect, and the cosmic consciousness to encompass and fold you to create safe and sacred space for you for a beautiful, positive, and uplifting connection to your archangels. Okay, nice breath in. Big heart breath out. And there you go. That simple. Boom. My work here is done. All right, let's say hello to the chat and then we'll wrap for the day. A couple of announcements, my Above Life channel people. February 7th at 6 p.m. Central. February 7th. It sounds like a far ways away. It's like a week and a half. It's not that far away. It's like next week sometime or something like that. It's close, coming close. Oh my God. February 7th. At 6 p.m., I'm doing an inspiring psychic experience group, a small group. It usually lasts 60 to 80 minutes, depending upon group size. And I do like this, have a little bit of a message from spirit guide if they come in to visit and chat or connect. I create safe and sacred space, and then we have a conversation. People ask questions, the spirit team responds. It might be my spirit guides, it might be a guest spirit guide, it might be your spirit guide. It's a psychic experience and it's inspired, so it kind of unfolds based upon the group that's there at the moment. I do try to record them. I've always been able to record them up to this point. And then you get a replay the next day. So that's $40 if you want to sign up for that. The link will be in the description below. Again, that's the Inspiring Psychic Experience on February 7th at 6 p.m. Okay. So think about joining that group. Super affordable and kind of a fun thing. Plus, it's the eve of my birthday. Yes. And I'm glad I made it. I'm glad we made it. I'm glad we made it. You and I, we made it. I'm glad we made it here. I'm very glad we made it here. All right. Okay. And then I have one more announcement. So I've been thinking about this because I know how much everybody loves celebrity channeling, and I've done it for years and I have tons of them. So if you're missing the celeb channeling, don't miss some. I'm sure you didn't watch every single one of them. There's a ton of playlists. Go check something out. Close your eyes and pick one and listen to it. It probably has a message that you could use right here, right now. But for those of you that I did promise that usually every year around the holidays, usually at Christmas or right around there, Thanksgiving, Christmas time, I do personal channel messages from celebrities. Well, this year I didn't do that for obvious reasons. Been a little focused on the healing. So I did decide, because I just can't go through this year without doing that for you. I feel like I need to do that for you. I need to give back to you in some way. This is going to seem kind of limited, but it's what I can do. I've really thought about this. Okay. I've really tried to do as much as I can here, but 3 people, I will do 3 of them. The videos will be 10 to 30 or 10 to 20 minutes in length, and it will include a message from a celebrity, and it will include also probably most likely some info from me because I can't just connect in your field and then just walk away from it. So sometimes I have to put in a couple little things for you, but it will include the celebrity message. And so, like, that's why I say 10 to 20 minutes because it's not going to be 20 minutes of just a celebrity talking to you. It's going to be about 10 minutes, hopefully, of that. Depends on who it is. But so I'm going to do it for 3 people. So you have until February 1st to submit a request to me. And then on February 1st, or maybe the 2nd, I will pick 3 people to do private celebrity videos for. It's not a session, it's just a video. It's a video. And so there'll be 3 that I'll choose. But I'm curious about the requests and I want to see who you want to have channeled. And so you can send that request to abovelifechannel@gmail.com. Send your request to who you would want to purchase a celebrity channel for to abovelifechannel@gmail.com. That link will be in this video below. So don't worry about it if you didn't get all that and I write the info about it. So it'll be about a 10 to 20-minute video. I think, how much did I charge? I think 120. That's how much I did last time. So it's $120. So yeah, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. 3 people. But remember, you also have the Inspiring Psychic Experience you could join. I don't do celebrity channeling there, but it's for you. So there's different options here. Look at that. Look at me trying to cover all the bases here. So there you go. And somebody did ask specifically about Freddie Mercury and my small group that I usually do in February. I am hoping to do that. I don't know the timing of it. Okay. I don't know the timing. So whoever you want, you put your request in abovelifechannel@gmail.com for what you would want to purchase a small little reading. And I'm going to pick 3 people and I'm going to do them for you individually. Okay. All right. Okay. So I want to say hello to the chat. I hope that wasn't complicated the way I said that. Hello to the chat. All right. I think I already said hello to everybody. Hello, Rebel. Yes, I did. I said hello to everyone. Hello to Patty. Patty, I'm going to add you into that group again, so don't worry about that. All right. I think my thing is stopped here. There we go. Can somebody? Oh, there we go. Oh, all of a sudden it just all updated. Okay. Evelyn. All right. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Aura. Nice to see you. Sense you. Hello, Jenny. Just a minute. Oh, I can channel everybody, my dear. Sorry. Ooh, that was an ego statement. I'm getting a question about, well, if you can't channel this and you can't channel that. No, no, no. It's my choice, my darling. I have chosen to focus on me and my wellness. And because of my empathic nature and my recent near-death experience, I am different, which means I have very healthy boundaries right now, which means I don't feel the need to show up on YouTube and try to give people what they want from me and just give, 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 give. I have so many wonderful viewers and clients, people who I talk to, who I coach and work with privately and get to be part of their lives. And that's such a blessing and such a gift for me. Channeling is an extra thing. Like it's just been a thing I've done since 2016, so a long time. And channeling right now in this energetic environment is just quite a challenge as far as like famous dead people. Because the people that come and show up here on Above Life Channel, the randoms, okay, people that aren't here all the time, that aren't part of a community, that just come just for one person and they just want that and they want gimme, 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 gimme all the free stuff, gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh my God, I need you to tell me this. Can you channel John Bonet? Can you channel this? It is so exhausting and it's not my vibe. And I'm like, I don't like those people. I don't even want those people anywhere near me. So if I'm channeling and I'm getting weird people watching my channeling because It's really hard to explain this maybe, but channeling is a vulnerable state, and archangels are easy because they clear stuff. But if I'm channeling Prince, he's not going to clear stuff. That's my job too. Like I'm inviting him to my house. I'm not going to ask him to clean it. Do you know what I mean? Archangels, they come in with the clean. Like they come in with their whole entourage of clearers and all this energy, and ain't nothing getting by them. But people who used to be people, spirits that used to be people, especially ones that have had traumatic life experiences, attract people who have had traumatic life experiences. And then the viewership energetically goes down, like the energy goes, I just need, oh my gosh, I just want to know, does he like me? Does he know me? Does he, all this stuff. I mean, it's just, it can be really heavy energy. And that's not everybody. That's like the lowest common denominator. But the people who really want to learn and grow from that person's message, who want to use their, like Prince's life to improve their own lives, to understand what healing is, to improve their own intuition, that kind of thing. People who really want to grow themselves, they will show up in small groups. Like they will come to, like the Freddie Mercury people, they will come to a small group. Like they will, chip in the $30 or whatever it is to be in a small group, so that creates a quality because there's an entrance fee. Do you see what I'm saying? And so when you just channel and channel and channel and give and give and give and give to random people, there's not a balance and an exchange. And right now, I'm just not at a place to do that because I have boundaries now more so than I have had before. And I'm not like desperate for business as far as I'll do anything for a buck or anything like that. Like I'm not desperate. I'm not, and not that I was desperate before. I haven't been desperate before because if I was, I would have just been doing private celebrity channeling all the time because I could have made a shit ton of money, but I didn't because that wasn't in my alignment. That wasn't in alignment for me. I don't think it's bad if people do that. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. I want, I am, I am made to inspire your spirit, to empower people to do their own stuff, to have their own inner wisdom come up and lead and guide them instead of looking to other people for answers. Now, it's great to look for other people for inspiration, insight, and information. Great. Get some more info, get some more style pointers, get some more tips and tools and techniques, and that's great. But when you're on YouTube, you can't filter out the people who are heavier energetically and just want something. Like they'll start asking, they'll like bombard the the comments, like almost spam the comments to get their own personal question answered. And that's not fair to all the other people who are there just to feel inspired and hear the message. And you know what I mean? It's just really tricky. Right now, I'm just really sensitive to that. So I'm just not going to put myself in that kind of place. But I'm glad you asked or talked about it because there really is a difference in the vibration of the people who are watching. Does that make sense? Okay. Boy, do I have opinions, which is awesome. I should, right? Okay, Nancy, hi, nice to see you. Hello, Jeannie. Oh, Jeannie, nice to see you too. And I think it was Jenny that asked that question. Thank you, Jenny, so much for asking that question. I really, 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 really appreciate it. It can be draining, um, but it's up to the person that's doing the channeling to really manage the energy field and really be really solid, like a silo in their own energy. And I just don't have that capacity right now, like I used to, because I'm physically healing. Like I'm getting rebuilt. It's not just my physical body, like the physical piece of me here that's getting rebuilt or coming together. It's like a recalibration of all the everything. Everything for me is up for grabs. And so I'm just really protecting that energy. So archangels are super easy because they are very protective of me. And I love that, Plus, I have been talking to, don't assume that I haven't been talking to famous people either, because there's one that, well, Prince has been, and Freddie. Freddie was the one that was right by my side when right came out of my surgery and other stuff. Like he was the first one that kind of I could feel and was near me, and I was like, what the heck? But he's just very encouraging and very supportive because he's empathic. So I connect with that, and it's heart stuff, right? And then Prince recently has been showing up, probably because I'm doing work on my business and restructuring things. And the mentoring program is coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. In fact, I could have just put it live today, but I didn't want to. I'm going to wait, I think, until the 1st of February and do that. But yeah, so that's that. Thank you so much for the question. I love the opportunity to chat and to respond. I really like that. See, and you guys are awesome here. Everybody in this chat is amazing. All the energy is good vibes here. I'm also on TikTok. I set up a channel. It's little right now. It's just little. Above Life channel has a little thing, and I'm trying to, do some little videos there. So, because I love videos, it's my favorite way to connect with y'all. All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a sunny start to your week. Remember, I will be checking my email abovelifechannel@gmail.com for the requests for personal channeling. Again, it's $120. It's for a 10 to 20-minute video. It will include a message from the person that you're requesting, and then also some insight from me, because I know I can't help myself. I can't. If I'm in your energy field, I'm going to share. So you have until February 1st to submit your requests. And then out of all those requests, I'm just going to feel into them. And I'm going to pick 3. I hope I can only pick 3. I might end up picking more, but 3 for sure, because I have to fulfill my commitment to you. I said I was going to do that. So I'm going to do it. So there you go. All right. So I hope we've inspired your spirit today talking about angels and encouraged you to live your life. This is your life after all. And you get to choose how to live it. And if you want to change your mind about stuff, you can change your mind about stuff. That's you. Nobody else can live your life for you. It feels like they can, because people have a lot to say about your life, but they don't know. You know. Trust yourself. Okay? Trust yourself. And as an empath, I know it's hard. I know there's a lot of outside information. I know there's chaotic energy. I know there's confused energy. But when you use tools and create support networks that don't tell you what to do, they give you options and choices, tools and information. That's really what is needed. That is most valuable to you at this time. And I believe in you. I do. I know some days are just crappy days, but it's not a crappy life. Okay? Everything really is temporary. So enjoy it while you can, or move through it as quickly as you can, depending upon what's going on. All right? I feel you. I really, really do. And we're going to be talking a lot this year about the feeling, about our clairsentience, about our empathic nature, about our sensitivity. And we're going to be honoring that and supporting that. I mean, that's my commitment this year in 2024. So thank you so much for being here. Again, if you're missing out on the celebrity channeling, don't worry. There's tons on the playlist here. And I'm sure there's other people that are doing it too. There's got to be other people doing it. Everybody kind of jumps on bandwagon. So I'm sure that's probably a popular thing around the webs. So there's a huge playlist. So you can enjoy that for now. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Remember, check out the description once this is posted. Okay. All right. We'll talk to you later.